Good morning, Thursday, March 26th. Today's the day for our car parade. It's a beautiful sunny day, so I can't wait to see everybody out there. I've been missing seeing your smiling faces every day. Let's start off with our joke of the day. Why is the letter A like a flower? Because a bee comes after it. Our positive affirmation this week has been, today I choose to be confident. Ask your parents if you can help do something with them, maybe that you've never done with them before. And after you complete that task, you'll feel proud and build your confidence. I want to give a birthday shout out to Wade Roselli in Mrs. Wagner's class in second grade. And Wade, I got to see your picture at yesterday's Jordan Road Parade on Facebook. Boys and girls, let's start out now before we read our All About Sam reading today with the golden ribbon breath. Hopefully you're remembering to do these any time of the day that you feel thunderstormy. And maybe you've even taught somebody in your household about golden ribbon breaths and how they clear out all the thunderstormy feelings from our prefrontal cortex and bring up that sunshine. So we're going to continue with All About Sam today. This is our day 7 reading. And you've been noticing that Sam's been getting into a lot of mischief and probably wondering, why is he so bad? Really, it's not that he's bad. He just doesn't understand other people's feelings yet. He's only about 2 years old, and he hasn't developed those feelings of empathy when you do something and you think about what other people will be thinking of you or how it will affect them. Sam doesn't always have those feelings yet, like maybe some of your little brothers and sisters haven't developed them yet. So that's why we're teaching him at them, and maybe you'll see that Sam's mom and his family do some teaching today too. Now finally, on a Saturday morning, Sam was ready to give things a try in front of the whole family. They were in the living room, all of them. Dad was lying on the couch reading a newspaper. He had his shoes and socks off, and his big bare feet were propped up on the arm of the couch. Mom was sitting in a green chair knitting. She was knitting a lot. Knitting looked like an interesting thing to do with fingers. Sometimes, when she wasn't looking, Sam rolled over to her basket of knitting stuff and tried to knit. But she always grabbed it away from him and said, "No, no, no." No was an easy word to say. Sam said it a lot to himself at night, practicing. Soon he would say it to his family, and he planned to say it often. Anastasia was there too. She was sitting on the floor barefoot, and she was painting her toenails bright red, using a tiny brush that went into a little bottle. A minute ago, she had reached over and very quietly painted her father's biggest toenail bright red. He hadn't noticed yet. No one was paying attention to Sam. He was sitting on the rug, chewing on his plastic pretzel. Very quietly, just as stealthily as Anastasia had painted her dad's toenail, Sam put his pretzel down. Stealthily. Kind of sneaky in a quiet way. He reached over and put both hands firmly on the edge of the coffee table. He raised himself to his knees. Knee, he told himself, knee. I bet he's building confidence. Then he said still to himself, foot, and he raised himself to one foot. And again, foot. And he was on the other foot. He pushed hard, and now he was upright, the way he sometimes was in his crib. That wasn't enough, though. He wanted to be upright on his own like the grown-ups. So very carefully and very slowly, concentrating very hard, with his face in a frown, he let go with one hand. Oh, it felt scary, a little wobbly, and for an instant he touched the table again, just to steady himself. Then he took his hand away, and finally he let go with his other hand. He felt very tall and very brave and very confident. So he stood there alone, but no one was watching. Dad turned a page of the newspaper. Mom turned her knitters around and began knitting in the other direction. Anastasia dipped her little brush into the little bottle of toe paint again. And Sam eyed the distance from the table to the TV set. He thought about how to get there. Pick up one foot, put it down. Pick up the other foot and put it down. And do the whole thing again, he thought. So he took off across the room toward the TV. And halfway there, he stopped and called in a loud voice, "See me, I'm up." He heard his mother call, "Look, Sam's walking." He heard Anastasia shriek, "He's talking too." He heard his father bellow, What in the name of this is on my toenail?" Sam lost his balance and splat. He landed on his diaper and it was wet. "Now," he said thoughtfully, "I'm down." But he didn't mind being down because he knew he could get back up. He knew he could walk to the TV and he could reach the knobs and turn it on loud whenever he wanted. He could walk down the hall to the kitchen, and when his mom wasn't looking and opening the cupboard under the sink, he would pull out the squeezy bottle of soap and squeeze it all over Smushy on the floor, something he'd been waiting to do for a long time. He could walk to the bathroom and unroll the interesting roll of paper that hung there on the wall. He could walk to Anastasia's room if his arms reached far enough, and he was pretty certain they would. And he could pull all the papers off her desk and crumple them into balls. He could tip over all the waste baskets. He could pull all the books off their bookcases and tear their pages off. And if he yanked at the cords that hung down, he thought he could probably tip over the lamps and make wonderful crashing noises. Sam sat there in the middle of the living room and thought about all the wonderful things that the future held for him as a walking person. Then he shifted himself to his knees. Knee, knee, foot, foot, push up. Now he was upright again, and life was not going to be boring anymore. Now he was a real grown-up, and he hoped that soon they would get him some blue jeans, like all grown-ups, so he would never have to wear these baby overalls again. "Here I go," Sam said in a loud voice, and he was off and running. Well, Sam has built up some confidence in himself. He's feeling pretty good. Hopefully you'll do something to build your confidence today, too. See you at the parade.